Hello everyone and welcome to this class. In this class we are going to learn about the discovery of viruses, right? So from the days of past, all the people of this world have a little knowledge about the entities which are causing some diseases which cannot be detected, right? They had the knowledge of viruses, right? And that too for a long time. They knew but they don't know what exactly it was. Okay, so then our first virologist come into picture. His name was Dmitry Ivanovsky. He was the first virologist. Why? Because he worked on tobacco mosaic virus. He crushed the tobacco mosaic virus leaves, and not mosaic virus, actually leaves of tobacco plant, right? So and he made fluid out of it and tried to pass it through filter paper, and what he get after the filter, the filtrate that can also cause infection in other plant, tobacco plant. So Ivanovsky, although he was successful in a little bit identifying viruses, but he was not satisfied with his research, right? Then comes Bejernik. He is also known as father of virology. Why? Because he re-performed the same experiment which Ivanovsky did, but he was satisfied with his result. That's why he is said to be father of virology. After that comes Loeffler and Frosch. They worked on foot and mouth disease, and they also observed that even after we great dilution, like if we take a sample from foot and mouth disease uh, infected organism and inject it to a fluid and we dilute it too much, and even after that this foot and mouth disease virus can spread, which means it is reproducing, that it has capacity to reproduce. That's how they said that it is a reproducing organism and a living one too. Then comes Ellerman and Bang. They performed it on the cell-free transmission of chicken leukemia. Okay, they means that chicken leukemia can transmit. Okay, they proved it without cell. Then comes Roche. He worked on chicken tumors. Now, similarly, he passed this microorganism through a filter paper, but he was, failed to stop those microorganisms, and they passed and they caused cancer to other chicken also. That's how he proved that these viruses. He didn't knew the name of the virus then, but he got to know that these particles are able to cause cancer also. Then comes Stuart into the picture, who accidentally discovered bacteriophages. And in the upcoming classes, you will get to know why these bacteriophages are so important. Okay, so he was trying to grow uh, viruses on a petri plate, but he was, unsuccessful in that. And there was a time when a contamination came. The contamination was that of micrococci, which somehow entered the petri plate and grew. But this micrococci was unable to grow in some regions, and that region was clear. So what he did is he took sample from it and plated them on the other plate, which contained micrococci already. And in that also he saw that these plaques were formed, which proved that there are certain viruses that can infect bacteria. Okay, and after him came into picture is D Herile. Okay, he also observed these clear zone but in the dysentery bacilli culture, and he was the one who named them as bacteriophages, and he used to commonly call them as phages. So do we in these days. Okay, so after this discovery, the first definition of viruses came out, which was a total negative definition. It says that these are the organisms which we cannot see because they are so small that even the microscope of though that time cannot observe them clearly, and could not be cultured in the absence of cell. It means they need some living host, which shows its obligate intracellular parasitic property, and cannot be retained by bacteria proof filter. And this was the severe most thing, that even the bacteria which can cause other diseases could be filtered through a filter paper, but these viruses cannot. So that's how the definition came. Then came into the picture Mr. Wendell Stanley. He also studied tobacco mosaic virus, and he was the first person to extract viruses in the form of crystals, that too in pure crystals, in 1935. That's how the discovery of viruses goes. And thank you very much, and see you soon.